Hey guys.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Be good just to hold them down by your side. Yeah, great.
Today I am going to show you how to replace a broken sprinkler head. Now, as you'll see when you watch the first section of this video, it was bright and shiny and sunshiny, and now it is 8:15 at night. Because my first set of sprinklers at one property was really easy to fix, I'm going to show you that first because hopefully that's your scenario. My second set of sprinklers was not quite as easy and it took a little bit more work. I'm going to show you that second if you get to that point. It is what it is. Sometimes our DIY projects are harder and sometimes they are easier. Check out my face, look at all this mud, look at my hands. Yeah, so let's get to it and let's get those sprinklers repaired. Hey guys, today I am going to show you how to replace a broken sprinkler head. Sorry for the weird slant, I'm on a weird slope part of a yard. I have a sprinkler head that got ran over with a lawnmower and broken. Apparently this happens all the time to people, so if this happens to you and you need to replace one, here's how you do it. So I'm going to turn the camera around just to show you what my situation is and how we're getting and where we're getting started. All right, so here's my sprinkler. The components got broken out, so if this got turned on, it would just be shooting out like a geyser, so I need to get this replaced before I can use the sprinkler system. So what I'm going to try to do is just twist this out. If you get lucky, you can just twist these out and twist a new one in, but sometimes dirt starts falling in and you're not able to do that, so we'll give that a try. All right, so like I said, I'm going to see if I can just twist this out from the top and twist my new sprinkler in. If not, we'll show you kind of the next steps. Okay, so I was able to just twist my sprinkler off. So I can see that I had a pop-up spray head that's this size, and fortunately the one I got when I was guessing at Home Depot is the same size. So let's see if we can make this work by just getting this in there. And let me see if I can give you a close-up view. I think it's really hard to see in there, but if you could see deep down in there, what you would see is the top of one of these. These can be different heights depending on how deep your system is buried, and these can be cut down so you can use them. But we're just basically screwing onto the top of that from above. That's what's in there. I'm gonna just try to get this in there and see if I can grab onto that. Okay, so I got lucky because I was just able to screw that in there. If that had not been as easy for you, say you have a bigger problem or more damage, or maybe your attachment piece is broken, here's what you would have done. I would have taken a knife, or I would have taken a flat shovel, and I would have cut out a section around the sprinkler so I could actually get my hands in there and access it. Then you're gonna see if this piece is broken, because just to show you with my old sprinkler, this just screws on, just like that. And sometimes, depending on how deep your line is buried, you need one piece of this, you need a couple to get your height to where you need it to be. So if this inside piece was broken, or this was cracked off, instead of just like my sprinkler is broken, but if this piece was broken, you can get this replacement part at Home Depot for like 98 cents, and you can get them in different diameters, or any, you know, of course, hardware store. So you would have screwed a new one of these in, you would have put a new sprinkler on. If this was so broken that you couldn't get it off, there's this tool, and it's a riser extractor, and that's what this is. This is just a riser. And so if you could not get this out because it was broken from the inside, this has different sizes depending on the inside diameter of the piece you're working with, and it actually goes inside and it grips with these little edge pieces, and you can twist out your old broken piece and then put a new one of these in, and then put a new sprinkler on that. So if that's your case, these are all the tools you need. You need a new riser, potentially, because I didn't. You need your new sprinkler head, and you need a riser extractor if your risers are broken, or you just can't get it out because sometimes it's broken so loose down at the bottom where it connects that you can't, you know, grab it on with anything else, and you have to grab from the inside. Now here's an example where I had to actually cut out the surrounding area because I couldn't get the access I needed to make the repair. You just gotta take a little ice cream break sometimes when you're working in your yard, and it sucks a lot. Now here's also an example of, like I told you, where it's broken off on the inside. So the riser has actually broken, and I need to get this broken piece off. I have the riser extractor, which is not working. I'm putting it in there, and no matter how much I twist, it won't grab. And if I go up to the larger size, it won't go inside. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to, it's hard to see, but this is the actual piece stubbing out, and then inside is the riser. There's a little chunk of it sticking out. I'm gonna try to cut this from the inside without damaging the threads on the outside, and grab the tip of it with my channel lock and pull it out, or like a needle nose plier once I get enough of it broken off. So you're just gonna have to mess with it, and it's gonna suck. I'm using a thin, small, flat-headed screwdriver to really carefully try to break out the small portion of riser that's broken off inside right here. And I'm being really careful not to hurt the threads that I'm gonna have to reattach into. So do this really careful and really slow. Once I have a spot of weakness, I can use my channel locks to go ahead and pull that section out. I'm just gonna turn on the water for a second to flush out any debris that may have fallen back into the line while I was working on this. I'm using this extra tall riser as a plug just to make sure that as this water drains, it doesn't drain any of the silt back into the hole. So now I have scooped enough of this water out of here where I'm down here and I'm not too worried about like a bunch of sand going in there. So I'm actually gonna use a shorter riser than this. I just had this as a backup because I didn't know how much height I needed. So I am gonna go ahead and twist this one out. And I'm gonna twist this guy in. This is what it looks like. So part of it's gonna go into the hole and part of it's gonna go into the sprinkler up here. And this little center part is the only part you can grab because you don't wanna grab the thread with a channel lock and of course crush it. If you're not comfortable, you can just wait till there's no water here, but I still have some water coming out. But what I'm gonna do is grab that center part as close to the center as I can so I can tighten that and make it a little bit tighter than what I can do by hand. I'm gonna screw this onto the top.
Now the sprinkler is going the opposite of the way that I want it to be going. So I'm going to turn it around, see how far it sprays, and adjust it.